Picture this. You finally sit down, review your budget, and decide to do the responsible thing. You move $50 here, $100 there, consistently stashing money away every single month. You feel disciplined, you feel mature. After a lot of patience, you hit a milestone. You open your app one morning and see exactly $10,000 sitting safely in your account. But then you do the math on your interest rate. At a typical yield of 0.5% or even 1%, that $10,000 is earning you maybe $50 to $100 after an entire year of waiting. Saving money is a vital habit, but leaving all your money in a savings account rarely builds wealth. In fact, keeping everything in cash carries a massive invisible price tag. Relying exclusively on savings creates a mirage of financial security. The failure to transition from saving to investing is the exact point where most people unknowingly forfeit their long-term wealth. This graph tracks a $10,000 balance over 20 years. A 1% savings rate barely moves, reaching $12,200. Conversely, the investment route, compounding at a 10% average, curves aggressively upward to $67,000. That $55,000 gap is safety's true cost. In the mechanics of wealth building, the most significant wealth gap in society separates those who stop at saving from those who commit to investing. If the math is so undeniable, why do so many disciplined savers constantly refuse to make the jump? The answer comes down to emotional volatility. Savings accounts feel safe because the balance doesn't drop 5% on a random Tuesday afternoon. Market fluctuations, on the other hand, trigger panic. To cure that panic, you have to assign your money to entirely separate jobs. The sole purpose of savings is to protect your money. The sole purpose of investments is to grow your money. Expecting a bank account to generate wealth is logically flawed. It is exactly like storing seeds in a glass jar to keep them safe and then expecting them to somehow grow into a forest. Moving from saving to investing shouldn't happen all at once. You need a structured, sequential roadmap to make the transition without triggering financial anxiety. Step 1 is to build the shield. Keep 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash. This ensures that when unexpected car repairs or medical bills pop up, you don't have to panic sell your investments to cover them. Step 2 involves mental accounting. Conceptually split your net worth into a static safety bucket and a volatile growth bucket. Knowing your safety net won't move makes it easier to tolerate the ups and downs of your growth money. Step 3 is to start small. You do not need thousands of dollars to become an investor. You can begin with $50 or $100 on almost any major brokerage platform. The initial goal here is not to generate massive profits right out of the gate. The true objective is to build the behavioral habit of investing. Step 4 is to embrace the boring. Beginners often rush into complicated day trading or crypto speculation, but the smartest move is usually a simple, low-cost index fund that tracks hundreds of companies to capture long-term market growth. Even legendary investor Warren Buffett has repeatedly stated that low-cost index funds make the most sense for the vast majority of investors. This stacked area chart illustrates the power of consistent investing. If you invest $300 a month over 25 years, your $90,000 in direct contributions is completely dwarfed by a massive upper layer representing nearly $200,000 in compound growth. Finally, step 5 is to zoom out. When the market inevitably dips, don't panic. A downturn simply means your regular monthly contributions are buying more shares at lower prices. A savings account keeps you afloat during an emergency, but it is the act of investing that generates the compounding needed to eventually own your time. Every year spent exclusively in cash is a year of lost momentum. Growth only begins when those seeds finally hit the soil.